Welcome back to the Al Monitor Brief. I'm Adam Lucente. Today is Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. A Hezbollah official told Agence France Presse on Wednesday that the group would not intervene in the event of a, quote, limited U.S. strike on Iran, but added that they would consider an attack on Ayatollah Ali Khamenei a, quote, red line. Now, this is just the latest report to come on the possibility of a new conflict in Lebanon involving Israel and the Iran-backed Hezbollah. On Tuesday, Lebanese Foreign Minister Youssef Raji told reporters that authorities have been warned Israel could strike vital infrastructure in the country if a new escalation breaks out, adding that Beirut has urged Hezbollah to not get involved in any U.S.-Iran confrontation. Now, some local and regional media outlets subsequently denied Raji's assessment, but Hezbollah leader Naim Qassem said last week his group is ready for any fight with the U.S. and Israel. Meanwhile, Australia urged the dependents of diplomats to leave Lebanon and Israel on Wednesday, and the U.S. State Department confirmed on Monday it had ordered non-essential staff to leave Lebanon. So what's going on? You may recall Hezbollah did not intervene in the 12-day Israel-Iran war last June. Moreover, a late 2024 ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah remains in effect, though both sides accuse one another of violations and Israeli strikes in Lebanon are ongoing. All this being said, is a war on the horizon in Lebanon? My guest this episode is Al Monitor's correspondent in Beirut, Beatrice Farhat. Beatrice takes us through the latest indications of a possible return to conflict, Hezbollah's thinking on the issue, the fragile state of the ceasefire, and more. Hope you enjoy. Beatrice, welcome back to the Al Monitor Brief.
Thank you. Thanks again for having me.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Lebanon, obviously. I guess my first question is, did this announcement by the foreign minister come as a surprise? And what have been the reactions in Lebanon to his remarks?
Actually, people were extremely worried even before his remarks yesterday. They've been worried and concerned for several weeks now about a potential new war with Israel. We've seen reports in recent days about Israel preparing for several scenarios in case of a broader confrontation with Hezbollah, in case of a military confrontation between the US and Iran, and concerns that Hezbollah would join in support of its ally, Iran. And so Youssef Raji's remarks yesterday about Israel potentially striking vital facilities, including the airport, has further deepened these fears and concerns. Now, although sources at the presidential palace in Lebanon denied this, they spoke to Al Jumhuriyya, a local news outlet. They denied this, and they said that Lebanese authorities or the Lebanese state has not been officially informed about any Israeli plans to strike vital facilities or the airport. There was also an Israeli official who reportedly told Al Arabiya yesterday that Israel also does not intend to strike or attack vital institutions, public facilities in Lebanon. But yet still, despite these denials, Raji's comments still left a mark and concerns in Lebanon. The Rafiq Hariri International Airport is the only functioning airport in Lebanon. And so any attack on it would cripple the country, cripple its economy. People would be left sort of besieged or blockaded if the airport goes out of service. And it wouldn't be the first time that Israel strikes or attacks the airport. Although it did not during its last war in 2024, but it did launch several attacks on multiple occasions during the 2006 war with Hezbollah. At the time, the airport was severely damaged. So all these developments, we've also heard about the evacuation of non-essential staff members at the U.S. Embassy. And just today, the Australian government also asked the families of its diplomats in Lebanon to prepare or think about leaving the countries, both in Lebanon and Israel, due to the deteriorating security situation. Germany has also asked its nationals in Lebanon to keep following up on the situation and closely check the travel and security measures in place in the country. So all this has deepened the concerns in Lebanon that the country might once again find itself fighting the battles of other countries.
And Beatrice, can you take us through Hezbollah's thinking on this? Like, what is the group saying, and why might they join or perhaps not join a new war involving Iran?
Officially, or if we want to listen to Hezbollah's chief Naim Qasem's speeches recently, saying that his group will not remain neutral in any war between the US and Iran, and that his group, he repeatedly says this and stresses that his group has the right to self-defense. So if we listen to this, we might think that Hezbollah is ready to will be ready to join any battle, any upcoming battle. And we've seen this before. Many blame Hezbollah for the war that Israel waged on Lebanon in response to the rockets and the attacks that Hezbollah launched back in October 2023 in support of Hamas in the Gaza Strip. But still, it seems that some officials are trying to downplay those concerns and to make it seem like Hezbollah will not intervene unless the Iranian regime is in danger and there are fears that it will actually fall. A Hezbollah official today just told the AFP that Hezbollah will not intervene unless if there are limited US strikes on Iran. But any attack on the supreme leader, on the Iranian supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, would be a red line. So he kind of left the door open. And plus, many, in any case, many believe that the decision currently at the moment will not be taken by the group internally in Lebanon. They think that Iran will pressure the group, will pressure Hezbollah to intervene, unlike during the 12-day June war between Israel and Iran. Back then, Hezbollah did not intervene. But today, there are concerns that it will intervene, as there are more and more fears or concerns about the Iranian regime, which is the main supporter of Hezbollah. So if the regime is under threat, Hezbollah might join. But again, we can't know for sure.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with Beatrice Farhat after this short break.
Today's transformation of the Middle East is at the center of global geopolitics. Whether you're an analyst, diplomat, executive, or academic, you need the best reporting and analysis to understand what's really happening on the ground and what it means for the world. Al-Monitor is the award-winning independent leader in Middle East news. From Riyadh to Beirut, Abu Dhabi to Doha, and Baghdad to Tehran, our team of over 100 expert journalists report daily on the top stories driving the regional trends. Download our mobile app and subscribe to Al-Monitor to follow what leaders and decision makers are reading every day. Go to almonitor.com, that's AL-MONITOR.com, and use promo code POD25, POD25 for a discount.
Okay, we're back. Beatrice, speaking of Israel, what is the state of Israeli operations in Lebanon? Like, what and where are the main targets? And do you think that these strikes are intensifying in the last days or weeks?
Yes, they did. Although we should note that the Israeli strikes did not stop even after the ceasefire was adopted or entered into force in November 2024, which ended the war between Israel and Hezbollah. Israel has not stopped attacking Lebanon, attacking Hezbollah targets, accusing the group of attempting to rearm and regroup in violation of the truce agreement. So, but in recent days, and given the talk and the concerns and the military escalation, the tensions in the region, in parallel, Israel has also intensified its airstrikes in Lebanon, in the south, and Last week, 6 fighter jets struck deep inside Lebanon in the Bekaa Valley, and killed at least 10 people. Now, Israel said it hit sites belonging to Hezbollah, and some saw this as part of a preemptive attack against Hezbollah to prevent it or to hinder its capabilities ahead of a potential Hezbollah involvement in any upcoming battle. Also, yesterday, the Israeli army fired at Lebanese soldiers who were trying to establish an observation post in the south near the border with Israel, near the town of Magjayoun. So the soldiers came under fire, and they were ordered to return fire against the source of the fire. The Israeli army said that the Lebanese army or the Lebanese soldiers did not have prior approval to establish said post. That's why, and they asked them to stop, and that's why they shot warning fires, since the Lebanese soldiers, according to Israel, did not respond to their request to stop. So this is also kind of an escalation, because even throughout the 2024 war, Israeli attacks against soldiers, against the Lebanese army, were very rare, and the army was not a party to the war. So this was also a serious incident.
And Beatrice, what is the latest on the ceasefire implementation on the Lebanese side? Like, is Lebanon still saying that they're making progress, moving Hezbollah and with the disarmament? And also, like, do people in Lebanon believe that any progress is being made on the weapons front?
So yeah, the Lebanese army is supposed to take over the areas in the south that had been cleared under the said ceasefire. And they are also working on a plan to put all weapons under state control. This plan was adopted back in September, following months of pressure by the US to disarm Hezbollah. Last month, the army said that they completed the first phase of this plan, which involved clearing the areas south of the Litani River. And they were planning to end. They're going to start now working on the second phase of the plan, which will be north of the Litani River. They did submit the second phase to the government, and last week the government said that this phase the army would need about 4 months to complete the second phase of this plan. Depending on the army's capabilities, depending also on the ongoing Israeli attacks, if they would hinder the army's work. So the army and the Lebanese government are maintaining that they are indeed working in line with the ceasefire, in line with the plan that had been pushed by the US. Meanwhile, there's the mechanism committee that was established after the ceasefire was adopted to follow up on the ceasefire, on its implementation. They had been the committee, which is made up of the US, France, UNIFIL, Lebanon, and Israel. It had been holding periodic meetings since its establishment, but more recently, the last meeting it held was back in December. And there are reports now saying that Israel is asking for a lesser role from UNIFIL, which kind of acts as a mediator between Israel and Lebanon. They don't hold direct talks. So now Israel is reportedly asking to directly communicate with the Lebanese army. We haven't heard anything yet from the Lebanese side about this request.
Beatrice, thanks a lot for your time, and we look forward to more of your dispatches from Beirut.
Thank you. Anytime.
Thanks for listening to the Al Monitor Brief. Be sure to follow Al Monitor for more on the stories impacting the Middle East. Until next time, I'm Adam Lucente.